Welcome to Folding Chairs episode 9.
We are here.
We are
In a
surprisingly in the worst one to hike to so far because of the bugs.
Yeah, the hike
We
itself
got
wasn't bad, but the
Chewed
bugs.
up.
There's so many bugs out here.
Yeah, so we got some heavy duty bug spray on right now, and they're still getting to us. So if in the middle of the shoot we just jump out of our seats and run away,
Yeah.
it's because I don't want to freaking deal with the bugs anymore.
Yeah. If my arm gets tired,
It's
just
bad.
just gonna
But
be done.
We got a show for you today. I'm actually pretty excited to have this one, just because we really took a risk. I think.
This one took more effort than any of the past shows have.
Yes. So you might be a little disappointed that we don't have a guest today.
Or not. You know,
But
you might not
don't
be
be.
disappointed.
Yeah. Don't be disappointed if you are. Keep doing what you're doing if you're not. We've got a show for you today that I think you'll enjoy.
Yeah.
First off, I have to shout out my girl Anna Shade, because I didn't shout her out in the last 5 episodes. She was at Virginia Beach. Sent us a postcard.
It's awesome.
So that brings. Here's the other one. I just keep them in my dream journal here.
I didn't even see that one.
This is the Muhammad Ali one, and then this is the Virginia Beach. See, this is how you get in good graces with folding chairs. I have returned. I have sent postcards back to both of these people, because that's what we do with folding chairs. We support our guests.
We
Our-
give and
our-
we get.
our
Give and we
fans.
get. Give
Yeah,
and
you
we
know,
give.
it's in order
Give and receive.
to receive, you must you give. Yeah.
Something along those lines.
And that's what we're about here at Folding Chairs. Real quick before we jump into the meat and potatoes, I want to talk about earlier this week I blew up on Twitter, and I don't want to talk about that. I'm going to talk about it a little bit because I like to think the Zach Stoner MO is a little bit of being too cool to even acknowledge that cool things are happening. I like to think disinterest is my secret weapon, but not in this instance. I'm going to talk about it. So I tweeted that I can't wait to go back to Athens and get really drunk and message people really cringy things. And obviously a lot of people responded to that. A lot of people related to it. But the part I want to talk about, none of those favorites, which at this moment is 200 something.
I don't even know what tweet you're talking about.
All right, well you'll see it when you
Okay.
were done with this. It's not anything exciting. Out of those 200 people, none of the people that I drunkenly messaged cringy things favorited it, which is the ironic part. Once you read the tweet, you'll understand. But
Okay.
don't worry about it. I just want to talk about it for a second to show that I'm not too cool to brag about my life. Now let's get into the real part.
All right. It's time for the our dream experiment. That
The dream
conducted.
experiment that we
Started-
we hit it head on.
It really started 2 days ago, right? 2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which funny enough, it started because of a tweet. Because I tweeted out that if
Yes,
you,
that's what started it.
Yeah,
Who else was there? Hannah Wesley was there. Yeah.
Hannah Wesley responded. Yep.
Yep. So she was a part of that
But I
moment.
tweeted out that it's a little fun tip that if you mix turmeric with some kind of drink before bed, you'll have vivid dreams, and it's also healthy for you. So I tweeted that out, and then you responded with I guess you were looking up foods
Oh
that
yeah. After
affect
you,
dreams.
I read that tweet and I looked it up.
Yeah, and so we got going on this idea of what different types of foods affect your dreams, and a big one was cheese, which we
The British Cheese Society did some research on it, and so we wanted to test it out.
I think I'm done studying psychology. I'm gonna just
Study cheese.
Study cheese.
The way it affects dreams, not just cheese in general, but very specifically
Yeah,
dreams and cheese.
yeah. Then 2 days ago we went shopping. A little grocery shopping
Oh
for some
yes.
dream-inducing foods. We each, like I said, we each got some cheese, some extra sharp cheddar,
Oh yes.
and then I got.
If you haven't watched the vlog, it sort of shows our little
yeah,
grocery
you can
shopping
really
adventure.
see.
But I think a
behind the scenes.
recap is important here.
Yeah. So basically, the items that we each consumed different things. The only similar thing was turmeric, nutmeg, and extra sharp cheddar cheese. In addition to that, I had blue cheese. It was called like Blue Stilton, pumpkin seeds, apple cider vinegar, and I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had the nutmeg, the
Mhm.
turmeric, and the sharp cheddar. I also had sriracha sauce, a banana, and red Leicester?
Leicester.
Yeah, sure.
Who
I had
knows?
those things, and a decaf coffee because I mixed the powders of that.
I mixed mine with water.
Uh,
It's
it
pretty boring.
So I think we need to first talk about how we felt after eating those things, and then it really messed me up. I like after I ate it, I was feeling weird.
Yeah. So I ate it, and then I immediately just got into bed, and I turned everything off, phones and computer lights, whatever. So that way I could just like ease into sleep without any like distractions or nothing keeping me up. And as I was laying there, I felt very like, dude, it was so weird. Like, I closed my eyes and like I actually saw like different things like flashing, like not like distinguishable things, just like weird flashes of shapes and stuff as I'm like closing my eyes.
Yeah.
And like it, I felt just so bizarre. Like it almost kind of felt like the room was spinning a little bit, but not really. Like just that weird feeling that you have sometimes. It was not good. And then
Yeah.
I thought like that was gonna, that was a sure sign that I would have some bizarre dreams. But
Yeah, so I think our day one conclusion after eating and going to sleep and waking up, I wrote down the dream that I had, but it was like I think what was super strange about it is like having to remember it for the show made it super weird. Like I would wake up and I'd be like, dude, did I just have a dream? Like I gotta think, did I have it?
yeah,
And so this is what I got. This is my notes for the dream. This one is not as in depth as the later one, but so at a bar, drink. Also, side note, I write these when I basically still sleep, like by the light
Yeah.
of my phone. So they're partially in hieroglyphics, like
just
they need
scribbles.
deciphered by an expert. At a bar, drinking with people I have never met. There was some jungle melted thing, molted, matted thing. Maybe based on the River Ranch folks, just drinking at bar. I at this exact moment only leaving the bar.
What?
I don't know. So, but I think what was weird is I woke up and I was like, did I have a dream? But the following day, yesterday, this morning,
Yes.
I had a much more
Yeah.
in-depth one. But what was weird about this one, I just had cheese and a glass of pomegranate juice before bed.
Yeah. So
The cheese, the red Leicester or whatever.
yeah, for me, the first day, nothing happened, and like, it was something may have happened. Like I may have dreamed, but I didn't. I woke up and I had no like recollection of any dreams. So like, there's nothing to like.
Mm.
I couldn't really say anything happened. Nothing to really write down. So then, for the second day, I decided, okay, I probably just ate too much stuff, and I'm just gonna have the blue cheese.
That's absolutely. I think because I woke up after that day that we ate all that
Dude.
stuff, I felt like really sick
I-
all day.
I legitimately thought I was sick. Like I woke up, I had a sore throat and a headache, and the entire day at work, I had zero energy. I was so tired, and like, I don't know. I felt sick, and like went home, and like when you feel sick, you feel like really warm or cold
Mhm.
sometimes. I felt really warm, and I was just like, what is happening to me? And yeah, it was
Was
a
not
weird
good.
experience, and I almost didn't even want to have the cheese the second night because I was just like, what if this just makes me feel even worse? But
I think that's probably why we didn't have any dreams that night, is because our stomachs were so upset that we never fell asleep enough to have dreams.
Yeah, probably our brain activity was too focused on our stomachs.
Like
to,
digestion and staying alive.
that could be it.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, it's definitely
Um,
a possibility.
But so going into the second day where I just had the cheese and the pomegranate, I had quite possibly the most Zach Stoner dream any human being could have. Well, but what was weird about it is I woke up. It wasn't on my alarm. It was just like in the middle of the night. I woke up, and I was like, "Dude, did I just have a dream?" And this is the analogy I thought of at breakfast this morning to describe it. It's as if you like while you're asleep, your brain is gathering like balls, like bouncy balls, into a bucket, and that's like your memory of the dream.
Okay.
And right when you wake up, it just pours them out, and then
And
and,
you
that,
have to
and then
scramble.
in that moment, you're at the top of a hill too. Naturally. So in that moment, you're like, "Oh my God, I need to remember
Yeah.
that dream," and so you're running down
You're
the hill,
scrambling to get
grab it as many as you can, and that is the dream that I remember. The parts, because I remember, it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Because I began writing the dream as I was still gathering the bouncy balls, essentially. Because I start writing it, I'm like, there's this dream that I feel like I've had before, and then in that moment, what I actually had, the dream that I had, like washed in. I was like, oh my God, I had a dream about Lana Del Rey,
Naturally.
which I have a dream about Lana Del Rey probably like 4 times a year.
I thought you were gonna say 4 times a week.
Oh no, that would be insane. I'd say a doctor. No, probably quarterly.
Quarter. Okay.
But it was like I literally was like in this ... and then I realized Lana Del Rey. Holy fuck. I write really intensive notes when I'm asleep. But not only was this a Lana Del Rey dream to make it a Zack Stoner dream, but it was also a nightmare.
Oh, God.
No, it was a nightmare because it like got out of hand, and that's what's so weird about forcing yourself to remember dreams with like this purpose, is that like it's so hard to remember it to write it down, and because I haven't like forced myself to do it in a while, I'm a little rusty as far as, because the more you do it, the better you remember it, because you
Right.
you're supposed to remember it. But so, because I remember like vague things, but nothing specific enough to like, but like the bouncy ball thing. So I remember a lot about the end of the dream,
Yeah.
but the stuff at the beginning, I just have like vague like.
It's kind of like mine. Like for the second day, like if I just remember like one detail, I don't remember anything else about it.
Yeah.
So.
So at the beginning, there was a whole bunch of stuff at this house. Like, I feel like I've seen the house before, but I don't know where. I can't put where I remember it from. But it was like by a lake, and I remember like there was some like exterior events happening, but nothing scary. I remember the scary shit. And then there was like a middle part where it was like indoors. It was like, I have very similar Lana Del Rey dreams. Now that I think about it, it's always like at a party. Anyways,
Party.
and then someone was like, dude, this place is really haunted. We all need to leave. And this is why it became an even more Zack Stoner dream, because I wanted to impress Lana Del Rey by showing that the ghosts weren't there. And to do that, I had to fucking insult the ghosts. like I just taunted. I very clearly remember the people, the ones that knew about this haunted thing, were like, dude, there are ghosts here. They're like, don't mess with anything. And I just started messing with it. Like, I very clearly remember not being told, don't touch the stove. I remember me walking into the kitchen and just hitting all the knobs and just hit it. And naturally, they were right, and the house was haunted as hell. And that's when it escalated very quickly.
Oh.
But I wrote down, based on this, I'm pretty sure the ghosts were an elaborate Scooby-Doo-esque setup. But fuck, were they scary? That's what I wrote. In my sleep, I wrote that.
Fuck, were they scary?
I'm actually just gonna like read this portion because my notes are funny because I'm not fully there when I'm writing
Yeah,
this.
you're just half asleep. Just fuck, were they scary?
There's a lot of profanity in this. I apologize for saying the F word so many times in this episode. I had a dream with Lana Del Rey, parentheses, not as nice as the last one, and parentheses, don't worry about that, in a haunted house. We fucking kicked it, but she implied that she kicked it with everyone. We made out and talked about stuff, then all this creepy ghost shit started happening, and I wasn't buying it. So I went to debunk it to prove to Lana that one, I was a badass, and two, that I was not just another fan. Dude, but so like basically I can sort of like see where the subconscious of my brain like drew some of the like thoughts for this dream a little bit, if that's how dreams work. Because there are definitely like things in real life that I like can see that are rooted in this like whole like she that like acts that way with everyone, but it's like acting like, oh, I just like you. It's like, oh no, I want to see, that sort of thing. Not to make it too personal, but sometimes people say they like you and they don't. I'm just kidding. That was
Are you looking directly at the camera?
Oh, absolutely. No, yeah, we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to get back to this dream.
Yep.
And then I wrote down I wrote like a paper. Like I gave my analysis of the dream also.
In conclusion.
No.
So wait. Is there more?
Give me a second. Do you have something to talk about? I'm going to read this real quick.
Well,
it's hard to read. I should have read it
real
before.
quick. I can explain what happened for me on day 2 because it's not anywhere as extensive as this. So second day, like I said, I had blue cheese, and the only I woke up and I was like, I don't really remember having a dream. Like shit, this is day 2 of not having any dreams. But then I remembered, vaguely, I remember one small detail about a dream that I had, and the only thing I really know in this dream was that, number 1, I was talking to my dad, and number 2 is that I was going bald, and I was the type of, I guess I was bald, I don't know. It was the type of bald where, you're bald on top, but you have hair around your head.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder bald, or Louis C.K. bald.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I was that kind of bald, and that's for some reason that's the only thing I remember about that dream. And I remember that was it kind of freaked me out because it was one of those that felt kind of realistic. So if that was real life, that probably would freak me out if I had that type of hairdo.
Yeah, that would be freaky.
I just, especially being 21 and being bald already. So yeah, I not much as far as the experiment goes. Not much results for me. But I'm gonna keep trying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll have a dream update.
Yeah.
Once a week. Oh shoot. So the word of the week is Fernweh, an ache for distant places, the craving for travel. Fernweh, Fernweh, Fernweh. Perfect.
Fernweh.
All right, so one more thing on this dream nonsense. That also everyone needs to go eat some cheeses and stuff and give us a report.
Eat cheese before
I'm really
bed.
curious what affects you the most, what kind of dreams you have. Write it down. Get a moleskin. This one was sent to me by Old Spice 2 years ago, and I'm almost done with it, and then I have to get a new one. So
yeah,
I really recommend it. Write your dreams down. It takes a while the first couple of times to force yourself to write them down.
Yeah.
But it's really worth it because sometimes you'll forget that you had dreams at all, and then you'll read through it and you'll be like, dude, I don't remember that dream at all. That's wild. Also, be as descriptive as possible.
Yeah. Because that helps, and because the more you do it, the easier it becomes to remember the details.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but that's that. Tell us what it's up. We're out of time now. We're gonna be longer than this time on this one, I think.
I have not been paying attention.
Yeah, we're going a little. It's fine. We're 23 minutes probably.
Yeah. So,
but check out the playlist. It's gonna be my playlist in the description this time. We're gonna be off next Sunday, but we'll have a secret surprise for you. And that's it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
comment.
Keep up the comments. send us postcards, buy postcards, and just get ready, and then just send them to me at school.
Eat cheese.